a deposit money bank. I'm not collecting deposit. I'm just providing an app, for example.
Correct.
Or a device.
Correct.
Or some services. So why should I obtain a 25 billion naira banking license, for example?
Exactly. And you don't even need the kind of... What is driving the capital adequacy requirement for some of these banks? It's even the length of infrastructure, the breadth of infrastructure they need. They need to be physically in office. They need to have branches, all of this. But most of these fintech products, you actually don't need to go to the... You run it from your bedroom.
From my 3-bedroom flat.
Yeah, you don't have to...
inside my car.
Yeah, which is some of the conversation the Fintech Association of Nigeria has been having with the regulators. We've had extensive engagement with the CBN, with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Because we continue to have products like crowdfunding. The funny part of it is Nigerians are accessing these products. And the regulators needed to understand that you can't no longer pretend that these things are not happening. People are going to access this product. Indeed, people are trying to provide these products from outside the country just to avoid the regulatory quagmire in Nigeria.
Yeah, MMM was one of it.
Exactly.
We learned it was a foreign product.
Exactly.
Just outside there. The cryptocurrencies here. The
Bitcoin.
The Bitcoin guys are here watching. And they're going to listen to me very carefully whether I am pro or anti-Bitcoin. But these are realities of today.
Correct.
That to get my fintech products or services into Nigeria, I can be thousands and thousands of miles away. I could be in Russia, I could be in Kazakhstan,
correct,
or in Melbourne, everywhere on the planet. So it does not matter. It's an open border because it's technology.
Correct.
Now, how do we have, I remember the MMM very well, how we had issues with whether the central bank or SEC, is it a financial services thing? Is it a deposit money bank? Is it an investment vehicle?
Exactly.
What exactly was MMM? Watching the MMM back then, what are your views as a legal expert?
Yeah, my view is, and the jury
first question, did you participate in the MMM?
No, I did not.
Let me put you on the line. Okay,
no, I did not.
Okay, you did not participate. Neither am I. Okay, so let's talk from the side of non-participant. So what's your view about MMM back then? Legally speaking,
I'll restrict my view to, like you said, only legal for the legal.
Yeah, for the legal. Yes,
space.
Exactly.
Now, from a legal perspective, the MMM was not operating on was illegal. Simply stated, because under the current regulatory regime in Nigeria, there are for you to take certain steps, for you to market your services or provide any products to members of the public that require them making money out of their public on any form of scheme, investment. You know, you notice the MMM guys were throwing around, is it an investment?
Or deposit money?
Was it deposit?
They try to be smart with it.
They try, but regardless of how you spin it, you know, if I deposit, you spin it as a deposit, you take it to the CBN.
Yeah.
Because you are not required to collect money either directly or tell them to pay to somebody without a CBN license, without a banking license.
So that regulatory approval.
Without regulatory approval.
Of the central bank, on one side.
So on the other side is that under the Investment and Securities Act, which is where the SEC comes in, right? You cannot also invite members of the public to invest in any scheme. And the word scheme is defined widely under the ISA. You get, you know, this kind of arrangements amounted to a scheme. You know, a kind of investment where people bring in their money, either before you assure them some returns.
You get returns.
Yeah,
yes.
Then you get returns.
Yes.
And
you advertise the returns anyway.
Exactly, and you more or less assure them.
Yes.
It was clear that for you to do that.
So it was a little bit of does it look to you like a mutual fund?
You could essentially.
Yeah.
That was the closest.
Like a cooperative credit union.
And there are specific provisions on how to do it.
Yes. So
let's argue on it
covered that.
Now, there's a distinction, right, under our laws. If 5 people come together and try to do whatever MMM is doing, right? Cooperative sub. You are not required to get a license in the sense of the SEC. But by the time you cross the line of inviting members of the public, actually marketing it, you pick up some John in Abeokuta and is relying on the credit of some Ari that is in Bayelsa. That has created a risk investment profile that immediately takes such within the purview of the SEC. And the SEC has a mandate to protect investors, like public investors in Nigeria. And at that point, the moment you step outside, the MMM stepped outside by marketing it across the breadth of Nigeria, the regulatory buttons were triggered.
Because it now becomes a public issue. It becomes a matter of public national interest.
Exactly, and protectionist. And really, the focus at that point for the regulator is to protect the investors. The problem with MMM having disappeared now wouldn't have happened because for such a scheme to be implemented in Nigeria, with the approval of SEC, certain security structure would have been put in place, a trustee would have been appointed, the monies would be, you will be able to track where the money is going, there will be KYC issues, there will be restrictions on accounts, there will be there will be also, in fact, for you to even participate in the scheme, you would have had to clear certain minimum threshold. So MMM needed to have been done within the scope of the ISA.
So it's a little bit like the local party says, like a bat. It's neither a bird nor...
Correct.
You got it.
Exactly.
It's neither a bat nor whatever. So what exactly was it? Is it a bank? Is it a mutual fund? Is it an investment scheme? Is it an IPO?
And it was convenient for everybody to use whatever they like because it's
because there are no rules. Because there are no rules or regulations around it. It's free floating.
Exactly.
Free floating. Now, if let's get back. I think we will do it extensively with the MMM. Maybe a few things will come up. But if you look at the technology field, which is the bigger part of the entire fintech, because it looks like the technology young folks who are now driving financial services faster than even the regulators, the traditional banks of the traditional financial institutions. So you have the. Also, where does NCC come in here? Do you think the NCC has a proper an adequate, warm handshake with the SEC, with the central bank, as far as fintech is concerned?
I think that's a very important question you've just asked. And it goes to the kernel of some of the challenges you have within the regulatory framework in Nigeria around fintech. I'll start by saying that one thing the Fintech Association of Nigeria, with the support of lawyers like my firm, has come to realize is there's a need to have a special regulatory regime for fintech products.
Hold it there. Hold your thoughts. Hold your thoughts. We're going to take a break. Hold on. I'm sure you're launching into something very deep there, and that's very important for the second part of the conversation from Bamwo and Nikodalo. This is a commercial law person, and that's Issa Alade.